The summer solstice is the most powerful time of the year, according to nature's cycle. The cycle long followed by our Baltic pagan ancestors who lived in harmony with the ebbs and flows of the shifting seasons. Midsummer marks the longest day and the shortest night of the year. It's the perfectly balanced 180-degree reciprocal of the winter solstice, the time when darkness triumphs. But now is when the sun simply lingers, refusing to set. The white night engulfs the midnight sky while the strawberry moon migrates low across the horizon. Before we even have a moment to stargaze on the dock, the twinkling light of dawn appears again. Embers cast small fireworks in the newborn sky, and the morning song of birds become our lullaby as each tent zips up and head hits the earth. On Līgo, we flock like startis to the deep countryside where the city smog is replaced by forest fog. Riga becomes a ghost town, and the collective resonance of every Latvian is multiplied in nature. We are removed from the societal script that keeps us bound in daily life, giving us space to finally question why. We commune not only with the meadows and the ponds and the pine forests, but also with one another. In our case, an unlikely yet perfect fusion of worlds congregated in the Cesvina countryside home called Madernjaki. Latvian, American, Irish, Russian, Australian, and Estonians united on this land by this solstice through a central character named Nils. Each of us carrying a web of connections that have gifted us an intimate invitation to his family countryside. Days of their preparation led to 3 nights of backyard camping with the family pets who reminded us that we have nowhere to be, nothing to be, but here. The 21st of June marks the day when all 4 elements are finally turned on again: earth, water, air, and finally fire. This powerful junction can be felt on a cellular level. The reintroduction of the fire element means that this is the peak time to catalyze new ideas to life. Great capacity is stored in this now moment. Everything is flourishing.
Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Yeah.
We exist so immersed in our own countryside spread along and beyond the Baltic Sea, seemingly isolated yet magnetically connected to one another in a shared reverence. An unspoken understanding exists about the deeply sacred human-nature connection that continues to permeate many aspects of Latvian life. It's reflected through ancient signs and symbols of fertility and sun and life energy and renewal, worn today in the form of necklaces and belts and inscribed on the sides of homes. It's also not uncommon to see a Latvian stop on the side of a road to pluck a wicker basket of meadow flowers whose fate will soon turn into dried teas or oils or centerpieces or flower crowns. The Baltic peoples were the last pagan people in Europe. Latvians take the saulgrieži so seriously that even Lithuanians and Estonians come here to experience the full spectrum of reconstructed tribal rituals. We pay homage to the ancestors by returning to the roots, exposed and perfect for climbing up in the form of a wise oak tree whose limbs have supported generations of bare feet.
Is beer or vodka or a mix of both.
You don't really see them playing water bottles like they do maybe to school, like in general, or work, but usually
We harvest flowers like the witches we've been told to fear, and we weave our intentions into every stem's twist and turn, a practice that is itself woven into the DNA of every Latvian from birth.
My hand just started doing it for me, like I had no idea.
We burn our dried flower crowns from the last year's Midsummer before jumping over the fire, a symbolic expulsion of the dark matter we no longer want to carry forward.
What a fiery year.
We conduct traditional birch sauna rituals using birch and oak branches to shed skin like zalktis. We skinny dip at dawn to wash away any residue and howl with full force in the light stream of the moon. The cows are mooing, the fish are feeding, the dragonflies are hovering above the meadow flowers. The nieces and nephews ignite our inner child as knives and stakes and axes are thrown during pasture-style Hunger Games competitions. We run like zombies past rhubarb stalks and stacks of logs, stopping only occasionally to use the outhouse built especially for us. We run through stinging nettle and acquire splinters and bonk our heads on the old oak tree branch. Ouch. We spy inside the hand-built bird nest and get in trouble for opening an occupied residence. We communally cut veggies under fairy lights and brew salyanka in a massive cauldron. We eat morning putras with lingonberry jam while squeezed on the couch. We collect chlorophyll-rich leaves across the land using a rust solution to dye our white shirts. Life feels dynamic and still all at once. The storks return to their extravagant nests while Andris builds the traditional pirts and Leah backstrokes at record speed. Augsta Zuppa is slurped in the sun while Reynis rides his motorcycle shirtless and Emils cuts his name day rhubarb cake.
Everyone follow me!
Tents are pitched while Vita tames the children and Dirts tenderly tends to the shashlik. The zemmenes ripen in real time while Zoe bakes a wildflower cake with Elsa and Paula translates the eco-dyeing instructions. Fires crackle while Ina cracks both jokes and ciders, and Liena contemplates on the meditation rock while Madison sings folk dynas at an angelic frequency.
The world's a big, big place, but I keep winding up at your door. The world's a big, big place, and here I am again at your door.
The greenhouse heats up while Nils' mother, Inguna, guides us barefoot around her witchcrafted territory. I find moments to write this under a green apple tree while Nils breathes life into every single one of these moments.
So that's the hospital. That's where we can revive one person. Basically, each person has two lives. You have your original life.
And when it's time to say goodbye, Inguna parts us with a little piece of tsesvina soil in the form of a citronella plant soon to be smuggled across various international borders. The sky was not the only one to shed tears upon this goodbye. This land now contains our eternal curiosity. Little by little, from this point forward, the night begins to draw inward. The sun starts to set a minute earlier, 2 minutes, 3, until it comes time to welcome the autumn equinox again in the name of Midsummer. And soon after that, we await the winter solstice in the name of Chekatis. And soon after that, Līgo, the spring equinox. And no matter how impossible it may feel, while every tree is naked and snow perseveres in May, Līgo arrives to remind us of the abundant power she harnesses with patience. Her magic is everywhere if we're open to feel it.
Kad iegādājām šo īpašumu, šo māju, šo vietu, tad mūsu nodomā bija veidot šeit vidi, kas ir atvērta cilvēkiem. Un šajā vasarā šis ir tāds lielākais notikums šajā vietā, kad ir sanākuši pirmo reizi pie mums tik daudz cilvēki, un kas ir tik ļoti būtiski, par ko es esmu ļoti priecīga, laimīga, kā ir sanākuši jaunieši, jauni cilvēki. Tas šai vietai dod īpašu auru, īpašu atvērtību, īpašu noskaņu. Nu tā tūlīt būs jārauda.
It's getting faster, guys. 1, 2, 3. Pigeon, pigeon. 1, 2, 3. Pigeon, pigeon. 1, 2, 3. Not yet. No.
He doesn't know rock, but he doesn't know who I am, and he doesn't give a damn about me, 'cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Listen to iron.